if you don't understand why people are buying. That is to say, you won't know how to sell efficiently and effectively if you don't understand the basis of your customers' preferential inclinations. So you need to understand why they choose to patronize certain services or why they choose to buy certain products. If you understand the reason, if you understand the why behind your customers' preferences, then you would understand how to better sell to them. Does it make sense? All right. So the thing is, why do people buy this product and not this product? You can have two people selling the same thing and then they choose to patronize this guy other than this other guy. So why do people buy the product they buy, or why do they patronize the services they choose to patronize? So for me to better explain this thing to you, I'm going to take you to the book of beginnings. Yeah, the book of Genesis. Now, if you're there thinking, Genesis? Yeah, Genesis. In fact, in Genesis holds the foundation for a successful selling system. Proven system that works and still works till date. Like it's been used till today. All right. All right, I'm going to show you. Yeah. So I'm taking you to the book of beginnings, Genesis 3. Genesis 3. The fall. Now, for those of us that don't know the story, God created a man, called him Adam, then created a woman, called her Eve. Put them in this garden where he made millions of trees, created millions of trees, and told them, you can eat from any of this tree. Yeah? You can eat from any of these millions of trees. But of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, thou shalt not eat. He told them, the day you eat of this fruit, you will die. Don't eat of this tree. The day you eat of it, you will die. But you can eat of the millions you're seeing around you. Yeah. So God gave them the free will to eat of any tree. And he forbade them to eat of one tree. Forbade to eat of one tree. And then you have this guy. Let's call him Mr. X. This dude came into the picture and was able to successfully sell his products to them. What was his product? The forbidden fruit, the forbidden tree. He was able to successfully sell it to them. How? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Genesis 3. I'm going to show you how he was able to do that successfully. Now, mind you, Adam and Eve were not babies. They were not people that you could just easily manipulate. These were matured beings. A matured man and a matured woman in their right senses, thinking at 100% brain functionality. And this was what they chose. You know why? I'll show you why. In Genesis 3, the 4, I'm reading from verse 1. It says, now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, has God indeed said, I'm reading from NKJV, New King James Version. Has God indeed said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruits of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, you shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. Then the serpent said to the woman, you shall not surely die. For God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desirable to make one wise, she took of the fruit and ate. She also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Now, mind you, this was the same tree they were forbidden to eat. God forbade them to eat this tree. But then there comes this guy, brilliant sales guy, and he sold the idea of the tree to them. Why? It's in verse 4 of Genesis 3. Now, read with me. Then the serpent said to the woman, you shall not surely die. For God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. This dude didn't sell them the product. This dude was able to successfully sell them the experience of the product. The reason Eve bought this product or bought into the idea of the product was because Mr. X was able to successfully sell her the experience of the product. Look at it. He said, for your eyes will be opened. The experience of having our eyes opened. What would it be like having our eyes opened? What would it be like? What is the experience going to feel like? You'll be like God. Whoa. Whoa, you'll be like God. What is the experience of being a God feels like? I'll be a God. Wow. What would that experience be like? It's something to consider. It's something to ponder. It's something to think about. And he said, you will know good and evil. What would be the experience of knowing good and evil feel like? How would you feel like knowing good and evil? What would that experience be like for you? The reason why Eve bought into this idea was because Mr. X successfully sold her the experience of the product. Now, another rendition for good and evil is the experience of good and evil. In another translation, the experience of good and evil. It means the unfoldings of good and evil. She bought it to see or to experience the unfoldings of good and evil, of being a God, of being able to see the experience of these things. That was why she bought into it. I used to wonder, why do people smoke? Why do people keep smoking even after they tell them the health implications of the cigarette? Now, if you buy a pack of cigarettes, on it, like on the front, you see smokers are liable to die young. Smokers are liable to die young. And then at the back, you see a diagram of a diagram of faded lungs, blacked out lungs, to show you the effects of what you're consuming. But yeah, these guys keep smoking. In fact, you have people smoking now than 5 years ago. You have more sales in the cigarette industry, than you do now than you did before. So you have more sales now than before. More people smoking now than before. Even when they tell them the complications, the health complications of the cigarette. Why? Why? People buy for the experience. The experience of the cigarette is why they keep buying. The experience of the nicotine, the experience of having a stick to yourself and just smoke. The experience. They don't buy your product for your product. People buy your product for the experience. Why would you choose to sit and eat at a 7-star hotel or a 7-star restaurant instead of a 1-star hotel or restaurant? The experience of a 7-star is different. The ambience is different. The way they welcome you is luxurious. The food, exquisite. The experience of a 7-star is way higher, more luxurious, more comfortable than that of the 1-star. These guys, they promise you the experience of a lifetime. The experience. Why would you choose to subscribe to Netflix? Yeah, Netflix. When you can get these movies elsewhere. If you say something in the effect of, because I can choose from a range of thousands of movies, there are ways to choose from. There are better ways to get these movies for free. But you choose to subscribe. You choose to use your money to subscribe to watch these movies. But there are better ways to get these movies for free. But why choose Netflix? Why go subscribe? Why use money and choose to watch a movie? The experience. Why go to the cinema to watch a movie? The experience. You can watch this same movie in your house, in the comfort of your home, with your phone, with your tab, with your television, but you choose to go to the cinema. Why? The experience. The experience. People buy for the experience, not just the product. People buy for the experience of the product. People buy for the experience of the service. So next time, if you're trying to sell a product or a service to your customer or to your client, don't sell the products. Oh, I have this phone. This phone is fast. The camera is fast. That's not what I want to know. What would it be like for me having this phone? What is going to be the experience of me having this phone? What can I do with the phone? What is going to be the experience of me driving in a $400,000 car than a $12,000 car? What is going to be the experience of flying first class? That is why people buy. That is why they choose that's the customer